Was good? It's Skeet and I'm back with another, well, I guess this is my first ranking of albums video. You guys don't know, but Lil Baby is my favorite rapper by far. I've been listening to him for a minute. I put everyone on at my school on him. Everyone was roasting him when I first started listening to him. I was like, bro, listen to Lil Baby. Nah, it's Lil Baby. His name's literally Lil Baby. Now look at him. He's literally the GOAT rapper right now. He's number one right now. Maybe Drake's still ahead of him, but it's close. But coming in on the last album, now none of these albums on here are trash. I'm sorry, none of them are trash. They're all fire, but some are gonna have to be on the lower end of it because they have to be. But the last album, his worst album to me, is To the Hard Way with Marlo. There's only 9 songs on this album, and there's only really 2 that are that good, like that I would listen to. Time After Time is one of my favorite songs though by Lil Baby, and that's on this album. TK Kravis is in it. TK Kravis used to be the GOAT a couple years ago. He was fire, and Rack Racing is pretty good with some dude I've never even heard of. That song's good too, but those are the songs that they don't really stick out. I think that's his worst album by far, honestly. There's only 9 songs on it, so I mean, every other album has like 20 songs, so it's kind of cheese to compare. But the next album, Drip Harder. This is the album that he had a collab with Gunna, and it's honestly, these albums are probably lower on here because he has collabs on them, like Marlo and now Gunna. Even though I really like Gunna and I liked Marlo. By the way, R.I.P. Marlo. But there's a lot of good songs on here, but I just think his other albums are better. Off-White V Lone, Business is Business, Belly. That song's fire. Belly, I think, is the most underrated song on that album. And obviously Drip Too Hard, Close Friends, Never Recover. I think those songs, even though I think they're fire, are a little bit overrated. I Am is also, that song I think is the best on the album. It's close. There's a lot of good songs on this album, but I still think the other albums that he has are better. I think Gunna kind of ruined it. He has a couple bad songs on, like there's a couple just Gunna songs on here, like World Is Yours, Style Stealer. Those songs are cheeks. And basically on every other album, like there's albums that like there's not one bad song on. But coming in next, Harder Than Hard. Now this was literally his first album. Most of the reason I put this album above Drip Harder is because it's just more underrated. There's a lot of songs on here people have never even seen before. A-Town, that song is straight heat. My Dog, everybody knows that song, but that was like the first song that blew him up. I'm pretty sure that's the song that I found him on, is My Dog. That song's obviously gas. There's a lot of good songs. Narcs, Minute, My Drip, Dates. All those songs are straight heat, and there's really no features on here. There's no big features, at least. I guess Young Thug's on Pink Slip, and Marlo's on A-Town, but Marlo's not that big. Nobody really knows who Marlo is. But this album's I don't think you guys have like heard this album, or a lot of people haven't at least. So that's why I put it above Drip Harder, just for that reason alone. Next coming up is his second album, Perfect Timing. I think every single song on this album is good, and most of the reason I think they're good is because I'm like trying to like come up right now. Like I'm like on the come up. Like I have 26 subscribers. I'm trying to get bigger in real life. I'm trying to just get better. I'm trying to self-improve. I'm trying to be successful. I'm on the come up. In this album, like he's kind of just talking about like grinding, and he's not big yet, so it's like it just like you can relate to it. I relate to this album so much. That's why I love it so much. And Harder Than Hard, I didn't really listen, like that's when I found Lil Baby, but I still wasn't like listening to him that much until this album came out. Then that's when that's when he became my favorite rappers. Option is on here. That song's heat. Raxin. Honestly, just go look at this album and listen to every single song. The worst song on here is probably 9 to 5 or For You. For You is a slow song, and a lot of people don't really like that, especially if you listen to Lil Baby, but I like that. 9 to 5, there's a rando in it. His part's cheeks, I'm not gonna lie. His part's terrible. And he has a song with Young Scooter. Young Scooter is terrible, let's be honest. He's terrible. Can't listen to him. But Lil Baby's part's good. Nah, see, nah, I'm not even gonna call that song good because Young Scooter's in it. Excuse me. Young Scooter is shit. But coming up next, My Turn. You guys are probably most familiar with this album because it just came out, so you guys probably think it's his best album, but I think there's better albums. There's a lot of features on here too, which I like a lot of features, but with Lil Baby, I feel like it's not even worth it to put features on here. Like Lil Uzi, Lil Wayne, Future, 42 Dugg. There's basically every song is good. I'm not gonna lie. Catch the Sun's kind of shit. Something to Prove. I feel like I've just listened to that song too much. Humble. I don't know. Those songs they're decent, but they're not straight fire. Every other song though, I think Heating Up is the best song on here, or Live Off My Closet. That's not. Oh no, or No Sucker. I don't know. Forget That, I think, is the most underrated song on here. And obviously everybody knows We Paid. That's the most popular song, I think. Either that or Commercial is probably the most popular song. Same Thing is another underrated song on here. I'm saying underrated as if you didn't listen to Lil Baby that much. A lot of people straight listen to Lil Baby still like, bro, this song's not underrated. I listen to this whole album every day. I'm talking to the people that don't really listen to Lil Baby like that. Those songs are underrated. This album is fire. No, I'm not gonna lie, it's good as shit. But I think this album's better. Too Hard. Oh my, you wanna understand how many times I think I listened to this album on repeat for about like 2 months, every single day at school. I wouldn't even listen to any other song. Freestyle is my favorite. It's probably my second favorite song of all time of Lil Baby, which probably top 5 ever. All of a Sudden. Oh my, that got me in the money bag. Every song on here is, there's not one bad song on this album. And nobody really knows this album. This is another underrated album. And he's still on the come up in this album. He's talking about grinding, which I love when rappers talk about that because, like I said, I'm on the grind. And yeah, every song, the most underrated song, man, there's some, like, basically every single song on here is underrated. Freestyle is obviously the best. Some More is probably the second best. And All of a Sudden, even though those are the top 3 songs, they're the best songs. Best of Me is probably the most underrated, what I would say, even though all of them are underrated. But coming in at number 2, Harder Than Ever. Harder Than Ever, oh my. This is when he like really got big. This is when everybody started listening to him. He had not, usually, like I said on his last album, I really don't like features, but he has great features in this. Offset, Gunna, Lil Uzi, Young Thug. Even Hood Rich Pablo's song. Like, Hood Rich Pablo is actually, like, he kind of carries that song. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yes Indeed. Yes Indeed is what really got him popular. That's when everyone started listening to it. I remember when Yes Indeed dropped, everyone's cool was like, damn, he's actually kind of fire. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This song's fire. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I know it is. You were just hating on him last week. Intro is probably the worst song on here, even though it's still good. It's like 2 seconds. Like, I just get pissed off because I listen to it for like a minute and then it's over. I'm like, bruh. First Class, that's probably one of the best songs about biddies to me. Love that song. Life Goes On. Never Needed No Help. That's a song if like everybody's hating on you. Like, you don't need help, and it's true. You don't need help. You can do it by yourself. You don't need anybody. But you guys probably know the last album because it's literally the last album that could possibly be Street Gossip. Street Gossip is my favorite album of all time. It is so good. I still listen to I almost listen to every song every day. Still. It's that good. Chastised. I said Freestyle was my second favorite song. Chastised is my favorite song of all time. The guitar beat in it, oh my. Oh my. There's actually one bad song in here that I don't really like, and it's Anyway with 2 Chainz and Gucci Mane. But the other songs are so good that it just makes up for it. Crush a Lot, Ready, Time. I'm surprised Chastised didn't get bigger. Realist in it. Gucci Mane, he's butt now, honestly. Like, he used to be fire back in the day. But now he's just like cringy. Like, I don't know. He's not that good anymore. And he was actually good in the song. Like, I don't know how, but he was. This week, everybody knows Word on the Street. Ready. When he says, "When you're with your maggot ass friends, don't discuss me," I feel it in my heart. I just feel it in my heart. That song gets to me. But that's gonna wrap up the rankings list. Street Gossip's the best album to me. It's so fire. If you've never heard it, you have to go listen to it. You've probably heard it. Even if you have, just go listen to it again. Because sometimes when you listen to it for a second or third or fourth time, it just like gets better. That's how it is for me, at least. That's going to wrap up the video. Like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.